Good morning, everyone. Sorry for the delay, doing things on this side for today. Before we get into things, I wanted to talk a little bit about some self-care. If you don't have some lacrosse balls, I highly recommend them. Help me a lot in a lot of different ways. Still figuring out our framing. So how do I use these? If you have these, if you don't, I'm not sure actually if deliveries are still going on, but we've got a few extras we might be able to hook you up with. There are a few different ways I'll use them. So right now my back's a little tight. So before we get into anything too active, even our posture work, I'd like to loosen things. So my glutes tend to be part of the culprit. So if you have a foam roller, also really good. I just find these get a little more precise. But where I've found the most benefit is, and some people even sell them as a taped pear, a peanut, is to put them side by side right along the spine and just roll up and down here. Got a few adjustments there. Those really valuable. Again, it's great to have resources like massage therapists and chiropractors, but now's a great time where we see why it's good to be able to heal and take care of yourself. I'm just gonna fix our YouTube friends. Hopefully that's a little bit better. And if you guys don't know, Faraz Zahabi invented the loudest device ever. There are quieter versions now, but the Tim Tam, also invaluable. I don't know if we'll quite set up for YouTube, but again, should have charged the battery, but you get the idea. Really valuable to think about these tools, and that's really part of what we're doing with our posture work as well. I'm just gonna make one more adjustment. There we go. Okay, so grab your belts. Either message me directly or just make a comment here. Try to check it later, but if you don't have a belt, try to think of other things you can do to approximate the same things. Otherwise, we're starting around the waist, over the shoulders. Hold, because it will constantly slip. It's kind of annoying. So hold. It's probably not easy to see black on black, but work with what we got. Here, oops. As I said, super annoying. All right. So if you haven't been joining us yet, again, you wrap it from behind the back, through the armpits, over the shoulders, and now as we pull down, we get that lift. Careful again, don't let the belly pop out, don't let the floating ribs pop out, so let the shoulders really rotate back, but then pull the belly button into the spine and pull the floating ribs down, not by bowing, but by pulling down, almost trying to open this space up. When I do this, for those that already have been joining us, I like to also do the groin thing, rotating the groins back. Find it. So second one, we're going to rotate the biceps out. Thank you, by the way, to all those who sent comments and praise and positive feedback or thanks. And again, the reason we're doing this is not to move the arms. It's to manipulate the shoulder blade. So we're tilting the tip of the shoulder blade into the spine. We're trying to create this exoskeleton almost. Third, we're gonna go behind, palms facing our butt, pull apart. The first one is really the only one that's challenging without a belt. If you don't have a belt and you're flexible, you can again go palms together, or sorry, interlaced fingers, palms to your butt, and then palms to the ground here. If you're not quite that flexible, you can actually just grab your pants or shorts and pull. Same effect. We're trying to bring the shoulder blades, pardon me, we're trying to bring the shoulder blades down. Or sorry, the shoulders down away from the neck. If you have the belt or are flexible enough. Here we go. Okay, get your yoga block, or you can really use anything. You can use a book, you can use a noodle if you have one at home for some reason. Now, I'm going to set it up high into the groins. Whoops. Hopefully we last. Set it up high into the groins. And for those that haven't joined us before, for those that have, just go right into it. Oh. For those that haven't, most of us have this issue of groins rolling out like this. So to correct for that, we send the brick high up and we exaggerate, just to get the feel for what we actually want to do, we exaggerate the problem. So we send the brick forward because that's easy to feel. Not as easy to feel as to send the brick back. So what you can't see on YouTube, now you can, is I'll cheat by letting my feet turn in and rotating those groins this way here. Now that you're doing this, flex the quads, you're straightening the legs. And the more I do it, the more I accentuate it, the more it tilts my body down, which is a sign that my psoas is tight. Now from here, pardon me, we're going to tilt, don't stand up here, tilt at the tailbone so that this part is pushing in while you're still doing this. You'll notice I'm going slow with it because it's hard to maintain both, but when you do, you end up getting this lift in your posture here. So now that you've got that, walk around a little bit, try to maintain it. Don't keep the pigeon toes, don't keep the feet pointed inward, but keep the groins rolling back. Keep the shoulders rotated back. And the idea is that, you know, people ask, okay, well, how often are you supposed to do the belt thing? How often are you? The idea is that all you're doing is reminding the body of where it should want to be. And at first it's awkward, but in time, you're setting kind of a benchmark or a reset position that you're trying to maintain. So last one, really important, and this like brought immediate relief. I started feeling, I went a little heavy yesterday with my workout. And I started feeling my low back last night, and immediately this stretch gave me some relief. So again, one knee goes down, same elbow goes up. We're pushing the hips slightly forward, but focus more on flexing the glute. If you find it hard to flex, you can punch it, and that'll kind of wake up the awareness of it. And generally, good idea, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Hold for another 10 seconds. By the way, if you guys, for the open mat students in our combat athlete private group, Dan posted a skipping video. Not everyone's got ropes. We've got a ton of extras, so if anyone did want to pass by and pick one up, we can try to coordinate that. If I don't know what the logistics or guidelines are there, let's switch sides. And even when we're here, pull the belly button in and up. And on breathing, in through the nose, out through the mouth. So again, you know, if you're not able to join Tarot for the Monday, Wednesday, Friday workouts, just do this routine that we're doing on your own. Certainly something's better than nothing. And for us all to have strong lungs right now is a very good idea. Flex that glute. Also, we are looking into a large order of home mats. So if you are interested in getting some mats for home, they kind of, everyone wants to know the price. The price we can work on, but it's then going to just take longer for them to get here. So let us know. You can email us, welcome@openmat.ca. Hello, guys. Or you can message me directly or us directly here on Instagram. I don't know if we can communicate well through YouTube just yet. So let's get into our joint mobility. Turning side to side. Try to keep the posture gains you just reset. One way Sylvanas, my yoga instructor, would talk about the posture development work he would take us through is, gravity's always like constantly pulling down. So it's not that we're trying to work against that, but the body's designed. Let's start tilting. When you're tilting side to side, careful not to look side to side. You're looking straight forward. Ear comes down to shoulder. Ear. Let's keep going. Good morning, Nathan. Nathim. Oh. Oh. And again, if you guys have specific things you want to see, please let us know. Amber, what's up? Pevsy. We're working on a few different things, but the biggest thing right now is just keeping ourselves, I wouldn't even say healthy. Yeah, that's the goal, shoulders. But almost more important than that are building the habits that are going to keep us healthy. Because health doesn't come overnight. It's like a constant that we're trying to develop, and the habits are what are going to get us there. So it's the shoulders coming up and forward right now. Oops. And back. Finger bursts. I'm just going to adjust YouTube a little bit more. Hopefully the camera doesn't fall. A little better maybe. We're keeping a lot of the workouts that we're doing on YouTube. They say it'll only stay on Instagram for a little bit. We've had some really solid striking workouts on there now. Going to get more up. And for OpenMat members, you've got access to our video curriculum. A lot of information there. Okay, now we're going to rotate mobilize the elbows here. Okay, and now Pavel Tsatsouline, the Russian military strength and conditioning coach, who introduced this workout regimen called these Egyptians. I don't know what the proper name is for them, but they kind of look like hieroglyphs. Okay, let's sit down. Toe crunches. Again, if you've ever got a bum ankle or just stiffness in the feet or the ankles, I find the toe crunches and the ankle rotations really valuable. Hope you're following along, not just watching. There's not much to see, but it does feel pretty good. You know, some things to think about while we're doing this, while we're, you know, investing our time in our health, is think about what other areas of health can we work on. So now, knees apart, going in opposing directions. Here, looks like microcetos maybe. What's up, man? So like nutrition, working on a video teaching nutrition system I learned like 20 years ago. I had a private student who was a full-time bodybuilder and a full-time nurse. He would get up at 4 a.m., go to the gym for 3 hours, go do a 12-hour shift, and he'd eat 6 or 7 times throughout the day. So the question was like, man, how does he cook so much? And so he taught me his system. It's just meal prep for those that know it, but specific approaches I find help with efficiency, and, you know, hopefully things return to normal relatively soon. But can we, you know, come out of this in a better position? Can we come out of this with better habits? Can we come out of this healthier and stronger? So hula hoops. Other way. You know, and another thing, so habits are like huge. So now we're gonna go sexy hips. If you're newer to it, we're just gonna tilt forward, tilt back. Then side to side. So one hip lifts the other. But if you feel good with the whole motion, stay focused, people. All right. So now down for cat-cow. So again, I mentioned Tuesday, when I do this, when I look up, I'm not just sticking my butt up and looking up, I'm also trying to pull the ground towards me, which gives me an incredible ab stretch, core stretch. Don't go too extreme with this, up or down, just because spine is kind of everything, as we've talked about a bit. And here, don't go as wide as you can. Go maybe halfway and then walk your butt back. It's more important that you're upright. So this is no good. This is what we want. We're here. No momentum. Start from the lower body rotating, then the mid body, then the upper torso. So I am feeling a fair bit stiff today. So we're going to start off with leg swings. So, you know, every day you're going to feel different. Some days you feel really spry. Some days you feel a little stiff. Those days you feel stiff, it's important to kind of build your way up, be gentle. So let's go for 10 or 15. Okay. So for those, actually let's all grab some water. For those that are just joining us, we're gonna jump into Tabata burpees. Tabata is a regimen, 20 seconds hard, 10 seconds relaxed, for 8 rounds. So we end up doing 4 minutes, which is not very much, but we push pretty hard. So in a very short amount of time, we're able to get a pretty good workout, and we're pretty much on time. Normally, I'll do the burpee without a push-up. I'm gonna try it today with a push-up just to challenge myself. My numbers are gonna be very different, but it's not about the numbers, it's about us working hard. So when I'm doing, my set, some of you are gonna be much faster than me, and some of you are gonna be doing 5 burpees every 20 seconds. It's cool. It's about us just working hard, right? So, there we go. One day I'll learn the internet. So let's just jump in. So one thing I will caution, if you've ever had neck trouble, I find, and so I'm going to be a little careful today, I find that the more push-ups I do, the more it tends to tighten up my chest, and the next day or so, the next few days, sometimes my neck gets a little stiff. So I want us to be really conscious of that. If you have like stiff neck or tight chest, then maybe leave the push-up out for now, especially if you've been doing tarot sessions. It often involves quite a bit of push-up work. So we're gonna start when it hits 50 seconds. So we're gonna wait 10 seconds. We're gonna go hard for 20 seconds. I'm assuming you guys can see the clock. Maybe try to bring it a little closer. Just gonna check. Just trying to buy myself some time. Okay, looks pretty good. Okay. So normally I do 12 every 20 seconds. I'll be impressed if I get half of that, but let's do it. Whole philosophy is like, do what you can, make good out of bad. Seven, but again, not the numbers. I think I forgot to stop. All right, we'll just keep going. Rest. Oh. Oops. more rounds. Battery died on Instagram, so it's just us. Last one. So, not sure how many are with us on YouTube. We're gonna switch to Instagram.